Welcome to Clixed Off, brought to you by Lucky Dice Games in Huntsville, Alabama. Check them out at luckydicegames.net. Want to support the show? Check out our Patreon. $5 and above gets you access to our Patreon exclusive Discord. Check out all the tiers and benefits to help improve your Heroclix skill at patreon.com/ClixedOff. Now for your hosts, Daniel Powell, Jason Alvey, and Alex Coos.
Hey everybody, welcome to Clixed Off Today. This is your host Daniel Powell speaking. If you like what you're listening to here on Clixed Off Today, check us out patreon.com/ClixedOff. Dollar level should be considered our tip jar, and $5 and above gets you into our Heroclix Discord server for Heroclix strategy and tactics discussion. Helps us out if you like what you're hearing. We appreciate the support from all of our patrons, including our first Legacy THANOS tier patron supporter, Anthony Barnstable, who we appreciated having on the last episode. Joining me today is Jason, also snowed in with me, Alvey.
Coming to you live from Planet Hoth. Here we are.
Yeah. And Alex just got rain, Coos.
Yeah, I mean, if you went by what they said a week ago, we should have gotten like 10 inches of snow. But big surprise, the Snow Dome wins here in Tennessee, and we just got rain.
Yeah. So here in Kentucky, we are getting no ice, thankfully, just snow. But it is not worth getting out in. Although I've offered Sam like 5 times to go to town and get something just because. It was like 1 o'clock today. The snow started at about noon, and at 1 o'clock, we had already been to town, got our breakfast and coffee, went down to my parents and helped them out with something, went by our local Heroclix store, local game store, bought some Heroclix, went home, ate lunch, took a nap, and washed all of our laundry. So I was like, what am I going to do for the next 36 hours? So
I had to go to work today, and it started here about 10 something.
Yeah, I think it started between 10 and noon here.
It was pretty messy by the time I got to go home. Stopped and got B-dubs on the way home, and then came home, so it was all right.
Yeah, I wanted some B-dubs bad tonight, but
I had to use up that free stuff, man, before it like goes out.
Yeah.
Week. Yeah.
Well, today we are here to talk about Silver Pulp. So it is the official format for this next round of Champion Click Open or regional events. So let's talk about what the format is and what's banned and what's legal and what we think might be good in the format. So let's talk about what's legal in Pulp. The Pulp format allows you to use non-prime figures from DC Comics and Marvel booster sets that have white, green, or silver rarity tabs. Oh, wait a minute. That means none of the Ninja Turtles are available.
Star Trek?
Star Trek would be the one. Is there?
Yeah, there was Turtles. There was Turtles. Well, sorry, I was going to read all of that, but then I just realized Pulp is just DC and Marvel.
Yeah, well, keep in mind. Yeah, I mean, I think that
there's no other interpretation there, right? Because
I think it's mostly an oversight that they need to fix. But yes, you're right, technically.
I mean, and they've got to fix it soon because it's like 2 months away from the event. I mean, I don't guess they have to fix it soon.
We're like a month. We're less than a month away.
Oh, that's right. No, I'm thinking about the Champion Clix Open in Florida. The events, the regionals are next month. I'm judging one of those, so that should probably show up. So no Turtles, no Star Trek.
WWE wasn't a booster set, right? So that wouldn't have counted.
They were not a booster set. That's correct. Yeah. So none of the.
Yeah, they all had bronze. Yeah. So,
all characters you. Go ahead, Alex. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I was just gonna reiterate that. That probably just needs to be fixed. Intent wise, they didn't mean to leave out Star Trek and Turtles. I think they just forgot they existed. Actually, you know what it is? This was likely written before the silver stuff happened.
That's the way it's been on there for a long time.
Yeah, and I think now that they switched it to silver, they didn't go back to say, oh, yeah, no, all these other properties as well. So, because that undead would not be legal either, technically.
Oh, yeah.
Because that isn't, it's not a booster set, but they have white, green, and rare figures in it. So all of even that is technically wrong. Booster sets is technically wrong because I guess in modern it isn't, but back when you had, the gravity feeds, those only had basically pulp figures in it besides the chase figures. So
yeah.
I would almost ignore that.
We can't ignore it for purposes of today's discussion, at least.
No, I think we should talk about some of those figures in today's discussion and just get clarity on it. But
I don't think we should. I may have sent out a ping to somebody that just to confirm that, and they confirmed it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to change it.
To confirm that you can't play Turtles, Star Trek, or anything else?
You can't.
That's, wow.
I don't want to name drop on the episode for privacy reasons, but...
Well, it sounds like we need to boycott all of these Silver Pulp. No, I'm kidding, but...
And look, you know what?
Send your feedback to gamefeedback@wizkids.com. And let them know.
Yeah, so they published the article. I mean, we're recording on Saturday night. I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so I do plan on publishing this on Sunday. They published an article about all of this, and they have the feedback email, and email them feedback. And, I had a discussion, Friday night about all of this Silver Age stuff, and, the floor continues to be non-inviting, but I'm almost wore out complaining and championing for a better event. Like, at this point, I probably just will stop complaining about it. If they don't change anything between now and Rock Cup, I'm just going to just let it be the crappy format. The crappy age, whatever you want to call it. Because I know it's like, there's a difference between Silver 400 or Rock Silver and Pulp Silver now. I'm so fed up with, the format not improving that I'm just probably just done talking about it at this point. But, to that extent, I do want to talk about Silver Pulp today. Talk about some stuff that's good. We'll finish talking about the format. And I do want to help everybody out with Silver Pulp, because I do like Pulp in general as a format itself. So, and at least the Pulp figures are easier to get.
Yeah, it's just kind of like when Silver Age first came out. It needed a lot of tinkering and a lot of adjustments, and it still does today. I think it's the same as true for Silver Pulp. This is not what we were expecting when we were waiting for these rules a week ago, this ban list or whatnot. And so I think overall, people are probably pretty disappointed
with Pulp, with the Silver Pulp,
with the format and how it ended up.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about Pulp in general. Let's finish our Pulp. That have white, green, or silver rarity tabs. That's not a big deal. We know that. All characters in this format are considered unique. What we commonly term in the game as Highlander. Other than characters, the only game element allowed in Pulp are map standard terrain markers and any generated game element depicted on a character's card. No other non-character game elements can be used. Pulp FAQ, we know about all of this, and so there's a huge ban list in Pulp, for Silver at least. The 2 swap figures, Magneto and Professor X. Was there another one that they forgot? Somebody said that they forgot something, but they must have added it back on there.
I think they got all of them because they have Magneto, Professor X, all of the Invisible Women, and Wizard. And I think that's most of them.
Oh, you know what, Jason? You know what I think about when I think of Wizard?
When I played that Frightful Four team?
Yeah, when you played the Frightful Four team in the middle of the pandemic, July of 2020, we put ourselves at unknowing amount of risk to go play in Missouri States, and you played a Frightful Four team with the all-powerful Wizard. So nearly 6 years later, the Wizard is so powerful with Frightful Four that he catches it right in his big dome, his big helmeted dome, banned in Pulp. Yep. That's hilarious to me.
Thinking back about that, I can't believe I played Frightful Four at a States event, but I did.
Did you make cut with it?
Yeah.
I think we both made cut. I made finals, and I lost to the robot team.
I want to say I made like top 4.
Yeah, I think you did. I think you lost to the. I think you lost to the robots too.
I lost to the robots too. Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, that's some good memories. But swap is out basically. So Professor X, Magneto, Invisible Woman, Invisible Woman, Invisible Woman, Wizard. Did all of those Invisible Women have swap?
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Yep.
Which one was played? Am I misremembering?
It was the common or the rare. The uncommon, they had different point values, that's why. One was 75, one was 40. So that's why there were so many options.
Yeah.
Is I don't think they had multiple point on their dial. So,
okay.
Because remember in regular Pulp, I mean, I think you played that one, right? Because I built the team that had her on it to swap out.
I did. My plan is ruined. I can't play Pulp now. I can't play that Invisible Woman I got second place with.
Yeah, I was a little more sad when I saw Wizard. I'd hope they'd forget one.
Yeah, no, because we played the rare because she had Avengers.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
That's what it was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I played what you told me to play. I don't want to say we play or whatever, like I had something to do with building the team. I had just played what you told me to play.
Well, I think I played in that tournament too. I just didn't do well. So we both did play it. It's just I didn't do it well with it. But I do have a soft spot for that Invisible Woman because she did fit on an Avengers team. She had a lot of good Pulp pieces, and then you could swap in Franklin Richards. And
we can play Franklin again now.
Yep, we can. So let's talk a little more about it before we rabbit hole too much. Obviously, I think Molecule Man, Mr. Sinister, and Necron caught it in the gut a couple years ago. No tent poles. Sorry, a 300-point piece is too good. No Thanos. And of course, I say all this with a little bit of humor. Please be humorous, folks. The format is so undefined that I think things are just catching strays that didn't need to catch strays. So I feel like they put
other than Thanos, it was 300 points. It was even like a consideration.
No, I don't even think there's anything in Pulp that's 300 points besides Thanos.
No, there's not.
But yeah, I mean, so Thanos continues to be the bane of every format. Like when Legacy Thanos caught a stray a couple of years ago for a year. D plus, yeah. D Plus Watcher, the big 20 defend one. Deathstroke. Can't pulse wave, folks. Sorry.
That one's fine.
You can, just not with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Blue Marvel is still not banned.
Yeah, Blue Marvel, nor the Thor, nor Party Thor.
Or Party Thor, yes. So
Isn't there the starter Thor that's good too? Like, or is he legal in pulp?
There's no starter.
Am I thinking of the? Am I thinking of?
You're talking.
Which Thor am I
You mean
thinking
the modern
of?
one?
Party Thor from the starter is just vanilla.
You're talking about the newer one from Marvel.
Oh, you're talking about that one,
2025.
Yeah,
no, that one's not legal.
He would not be legal. I am talking about
yes.
I am talking about Party Thor. He gives the pulse wave with the action tokens.
Yeah, that one's from the main set. The one from the starter is just a vanilla figure.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Also crazy that those starter sets aren't legal, but whatever.
Yeah,
because I mean they're literally starter beginner friendly. You buy the starter set.
All right, well, we can talk a little bit more about that. Rot Lop Fan, which was like the most surprising. Why do we think Rot Lop Fan caught a stray?
He can shoot through stuff, like blocking.
Yeah.
He just shoots through it.
Lines of fire that Rot Lop Fan draws to opposing characters that moved or blocked since your last turn can't be blocked.
Moved or attacked.
Look, I used him in a battle royal to do that, and it's for real. Like,
yeah, if they didn't ban him, he'd be on every team because he's shooting 12 for 4.
He's that good in this format. Like if he existed in it,
Yeah,
really
so good on them for catching that like ahead of time. Because I don't think we have a ton of pulp data to show that Rot Lop Fan is everywhere. So.
Huh.
Having played him and used him to do just that sort of thing, I totally agree.
Okay. All right. I trust you guys. And then we got Goliath. That one I think is pretty... that one I do understand pretty clearly. Let me pull him up. Goliath, the old 20B.
He's the one that can rebuild walls.
He can rebuild walls and...
it's basically permanent barrier.
Mm-hmm.
For only 50 points. Because he has power, remove all debris markers from all unoccupied squares within 3 squares, then generate a blocking terrain marker into each square that had a debris marker removed and has no other markers. But it doesn't. You don't ever remove those at any point. So they're just permanent until they get destroyed.
Yeah.
So you could go on a map that has a lot of blocking, run through it all, or whatever you want to do, right? You could do barrier.
Quake.
Does barrier leave debris?
No.
Quake, yeah, there you go.
Quake's the big thing.
Yeah.
And then all 2x2 base or larger game elements. So I think Silver Age tries so hard to set itself apart from Modern. That Silver Pulp, like, I understand the why. You're not going to convince me that 2x2 bases should have been in there, but 2x2 bases could have been in there. That would have definitely made the format different than Modern. Now, every team likely would have been a Dark Phoenix, a Wendigo, and a Red Onslaught, an Onslaught, but
yeah, it'd be the same figures every time. I mean, and both Proteus and all of that stuff. It doesn't need to happen, especially with one of the things we're going to talk about later about maps. It doesn't need to happen. This was the right decision. Get rid of all the 2x2s. It's fine. You're just talking about Avengers Affinity and Dark Phoenix
DPS.
Yeah.
No
big deal.
I can only play one giant girl. I'll never get to play the 30 giant girls that I own.
You play 2, just 2 different ones.
You're right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what else is banned, because you also have to reference the banned list to talk about what's banned. So I'm looking through here. Ares is banned because there's no restricted list. There's just a banned list.
No, so
restricted things became banned in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything on the silver restricted or banned list is considered banned for pulp.
Oh, that's the last line. In addition to those elements above, all game elements banned or restricted in an age like Silver Age are banned in pulp games of that age. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Ares is out. Professor X is listed twice. Destroyer, there's no equipment available, so he's out. Sorry, I'm just quickly going through the list. Dagaton caught a hit. Finally, that
Legion.
He was already banned in pulp back in June of last year. So
Legion was a prime, wasn't he? Never mind.
No,
Molecule Man.
Legion is our super rare, by the way.
Okay, he was a rare. Molecule Man.
No, I'm going down the list here. Hold on. So technically, the Penguin is banned because I think that Fast Forces Joker's Wild is of the same set symbol, for what it's worth.
It is. Yeah. It is.
Legion that you're talking about, 036B, he's a super rare. Molecule Man's caught a hit twice. Moira McTaggart, remind me why she was good. She gave out Rally Die, right?
Yeah. Very bad with Sinister.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Let's see. Catwoman. Why would...
Yeah, you're getting into the Catwoman, Thug. Those are the ones that swap sides, I believe, or have something to do with those where you can attack your own people, or you.
The traitor. So now we're getting into the traitors. Yeah.
And so that is less likely to be a bad thing in pulp, but it's on the silver list for a reason.
Well, Thug is the one that allows you to bump up your theme team erroneously.
Yeah.
Claire Finn wouldn't be legal either way. Mockingbird wouldn't. Senator Robert Kelly. Is Robert Kelly a traitor unit? I gotta remember why some of this stuff is on here. Sorry, so I know if you're just like, oh, I know why. Robert Kelly is a traitor.
Yeah, basically.
Most
of these coming up are, I think even the Ant-Man and Winter Soldier, I think they also have similar mechanics. They kind of lumped them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Ant-Man has once per force. When Ant-Man is KO'd, don't remove it from the game. Instead, after resolutions, place him in a square you last occupied. He's now friendly to your opponent's force.
Gotcha. And Donnie Blaze created the demons that people are attacking. Mercenary switch forces. Titano wouldn't be legal.
The last ones are the ones we talked about.
Yeah. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it's even in the bottom of the post here in the HC Units event for the pulp format only allows you to use non-prime figures. Blah, blah, blah. It's all in here. Any feedback about this format should be directed to gamefeedback@whizkids.com, subject line, Silver Age Pulp. So, if anybody also shares the opinions, or if you share your own opinion too, whatever, that you love it, that's fine too. Share the opinion that you love it. Or bad. Specifically if you want the floor removed, so it's new player friendly. That's the big thing for me. So, you all are going to end up playing in a pulp event. I'm just going to be judging. I do not plan on traveling to play in a pulp event like this. I don't plan on going to any of the regionals because I'll get the prizing for judging. Tell me what you like or don't like about this format.
So you mentioned floor, but we didn't talk about floor. Because that was announced in the WizKids announcement. It wasn't in the legality section. But originally, the thought was this was going to be Silver Pulp, but not follow Silver rules, from the sense of like there's a floor of half of your build has to be modern, half has to be silver. It also wasn't originally presented that it was going to be 400 points. So everyone was thinking it was just 300 Pulp, and you could just use silver pieces. Well, we learned that was a lie. And instead, it is following almost exactly what silver does, where it is 400 points, 200 has to be modern, 200 has to be silver, and then it's 400 points total. Which I think both is terrible decisions.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like
Floor-
floor.
yeah, floor doesn't make sense in this because Pulp is a format that should be welcoming to new players. And
Agreed.
so you should allow just modern, but you should also allow some of these starter sets and just make it to where someone wants to walk up and they just started playing. Cool, they could play. And they don't have to
I
go
agree.
hunt down a figure that they have to go find singles, because no one sells singles. You have to go on eBay. So in order to play in any of these tournaments, I have to go on eBay at this point if I'm a new player.
Well, so let's talk about. Can we make a quick?
And
Can we make a quick aside there, real
also
quick?
log on.
Yeah. So did Troll and Toad stop selling Heroclix too?
Yeah,
Believe
I
so.
think yeah, they stopped. I don't
Cool
even
stuff did.
I'm looking here real quick. So, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece, Lorcana, Riftbound, Magic buy list, game supplies. Yeah, I mean, looks like our former sponsor does not sell that. So,
yeah, they went under. They went under for a minute, and they just came back trying to sell cards. I think is the deal with them. But
I do agree.
you could still find some places that still sell some of these random singles.
Well, now it looks
older
like
stuff, but
Cool Stuff
It's like cool
does
stuff
have.
still has listed. Yeah.
Yeah, Cool Stuff still has Heroclix listed. But it looks like most of it is out of stock.
A lot of it seems to be. Yeah.
yeah, gone are the days where a set would drop and you can go on Troll and Toad and try to find some of the pieces to buy cheaper.
Now, Miniature Market has been under fire. Has not had Heroclix for almost a decade. There was a time about a decade ago that WizKids took some of the the major online markets. They put them under fire for selling minis or selling singles, and Miniature Market had backed out about a decade ago already. So they had a disagreement with distribution already. But yeah, you're right, Alex. So you got to go to eBay. I don't mind going to eBay. It does look like Mini Market does have some Heroclix now, for what it's worth. But
yeah, I mean, you could still find some stuff out there, but once again, if you're a new player, how are you going to know that hey, Mini Market's where you got to go? Or how are you going to tell a new player, yeah, you got to go out? You're just going to tell them to go to eBay, which kind of sucks that's like your only option. But
which means that it's not cheap. Means that it's not cheap either.
Yeah, the shipping adds up. You can't always get everything you want at the same place, unfortunately, and shipping costs.
And you're only going for commons, uncommons, and rares. We're not talking about like regular silver where you got to find that chase figure from, What If or something, right? Like you're going for pieces that are $1 or less usually.
Locally, we have 2 people in our group that have never played outside of the current modern age. They didn't start before that. They don't have any of those pieces. And they don't even like have the knowledge of all that old stuff either.
And I know a lot of people like us older players, as sets retire, I trim the fat on some of these, right? Like I'll go through and be like, okay, do I really need 5 common the things? No, I'll take maybe 1 of each one, and like I'll keep 1 of each figure in a set and probably give the rest to my kids or something, right? Like I don't need to keep those once they rotate.
Sorry, little Timmy. You don't get a thing anymore. I need that thing.
No. So
I have to play 200 points of silver. Sorry, Timmy.
Yeah.
Well, they have all these newer sets. Collector's Trove had the Guardians of the Galaxy. Black Panther has Wakanda. The X-Men, have the X-Men, of course. There's Lanterns and Lantern Legacy. Those are all like teams you could make in Pulp. The 300, that are all solid modern teams. And you can't play them now because you can't play 300 points or more than 200 points with modern.
Well, I mean, and some of those, Guardians and some of that stuff you mentioned out, just so happens to add up to 400 points, too. But nope, that's not a thing. The floor, I think for me, as long as the floor is still in modern, the floor is still in silver, it's just it's a unnecessary barrier to building that just doesn't need to be there. Highlander sets it apart, 400 points sets it apart. It's already different enough from regular 300 point modern. It's fine.
I agree with you, except for regular Silver Age. Regular Silver Age, there's a lot of busted stuff. The argument that modern has power creep over silver still exists. That is less so, I think. Well, I won't say it's less so in Pulp, but I think it's what is the identity of Pulp? What is the goal of Pulp Age in general? If it's supposed to be an event that is still highly competitive, but it means everyone could play and at low entry level, right? Easy to get into, then having a floor is the wrong move. Instead, allow everyone to just play modern, and instead the Silver Age aspect of it is a benefit for us seasoned veterans who know, oh yeah, there's a Valeria Richards that can pick powers in the Fantastic Four set. So I have a little bit of a bonus because I have that figure from Silver Age. But that doesn't mean little Timmy that's playing modern only is at a huge disadvantage because of power creep. His team is still going to be very competitive and still could beat mine. I just have the benefit of knowing some Silver Age figures that are good in Pulp. So it balances out to where you don't need a floor. You just don't. Building all modern is perfectly fine. The reason why silver is around to begin with, we're doing it silver, is because there's not enough pieces in modern to make a competitive format. It's too small.
The figure pool is too small.
Yeah, there's not enough figures. It's kind of the same teams or the same two teams. Whereas when you add silver, which we were all excited about, it's oh, now I can build a cool Sinister Syndicate team. Use the newer ones, add them to the older ones, and maybe I got something cooking there. Or Gotham City Underworld. Use some of the new figures with some from the Harley Quinn set or Joker's Wild. There's cool teams there. That could still compete really well with modern, just pure modern. So I think WizKids is just missing the boat on this one.
I think the worst thing is the 2x3 maps. They're even harder to find.
Yep,
and
I agree with that.
Especially the rock ones. And they're some of the most degenerate ones you can use.
All right, so hold on. Let's so the floor. I want to just tie a bun on that one real quick. Is a bow. Is the floor. The floor is unnecessary. You all agree that it's unnecessary in Silver Pulp. I would extend that over to all versions of the word silver. So,
we're talking about Pulp today.
Yeah, I know.
Talking about Pulp today.
This is my last time.
Daniel's opinions do not.
This is my last time probably talking about what I don't and don't like about silver. If it's not going to get changed, it's never going to get changed, and I'm tired of talking.
We know this is not going to be the last time you talk negative about it.
No, I think
we
it
don't
is.
like talking about things we don't like that aren't going to get changed. Okay.
I think I agree. Sure, yeah, whatever. We're a podcast. That's what we do for. I always don't say it. That's what we do for a living. But whatever. That's what we do because we yap on here a lot. We host a podcast because we like to yap. But I'm just exhausted trying to fight for silver being a good format. I like the fact that, we get to use our old figures if we want, but the floor is just too much. To me, if the floor was gone, I'd be so much happier looking forward to Rock Cup. I would probably travel to one of these Silver Pulp regionals. I'm just not going to invest with the floor. It's too much to balance. It's too much of a hill to climb, and it's not new player friendly. I want to grow this game in a day, in the story. Okay, floor gotta go. For just Pulp or all of Silver, depending on which host you're talking to. Fair enough. So
Pulp is the gateway for people to come into the game. That's what it should be.
Pulp is the gateway, not the gatekeeper. 2x3 maps.
It should be
2x3 maps. I agree with you because you got a really cool Pulp team with all your little guardians and shit. Like, welcome to King's Tomb.
Yeah.
Good luck. Welcome to some other obstinate map. Oh, you got a cool like TK. You do like a little sidestep and another TK, and you can running shot. Not if you got to cross 24 squares. Good luck. And guess what? These maps, if you want to buy them, they're like $100.
If you can even find them.
Let me ask you though, are those maps legal?
Yes, they are.
They sure are. I'm looking at the map list right now.
Yep. What map list?
The Silver Age map list is what they're using for this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So the clarification, the list here says use the Silver Age legal map list. 2x3 maps legal on that list are legal in this format.
Yeah, I would say if you get rid of the rock maps, I'm a little bit more okay with it.
Yeah, so look at I would extend this to, this would be one of my nice to haves for all events of Silver Age. Get rid of the 2x3s. Done. Now, there is the counter argument. I'm going to give you all the counter argument.
Can I give the counter argument? Because I was about to.
Oh no, I want you guys to argue because I'm taking the other stance here because you guys are going to play in this event, not me.
It sounds like Jason was taking the argument of get rid of them. I was going to take the argument of keep them.
Okay, all right, that's fine. What's your argument to keep them? And I'll see if we have the same one or not.
Okay, so my argument has the caveat of I do think rock maps should go. This isn't a rock thing. Like, get rid of rock maps for the 2x3s. That solves most of the arguments you were having with King's Tomb, some of the other big bad ones. My argument by 2x3 is twofold. One is the stats of Silver Age figures have larger ranges and higher numbers, so they're built for the bigger maps. But my bigger argument is that this does put an emphasis on theme team and an importance of winning map as opposed to going first. And so that is kind of nice of like, oh, do I want to not go on one of these 2x3? Maybe I need to build a theme team as opposed to just smashing all the good Pulp figures together, Blue Marble, Thor, whatever figures I want that are all great in Pulp, and just hoping I make it. Like, it puts an emphasis on, yeah, you probably want to be themed to make sure you don't go on one of these maps. I see the argument, though, if the rock maps are legal, because those suck. Now, there are some bad 2x3s.
There is some generally bad 2x3s, so if the rock maps go away, I would like to point out that there are all of the premium and exclusive neoprenes that WizKids released are legal. That includes the WizKids Office, which was our go-to years ago before the rock maps. That's one of the more obstinate ones.
Morlock Tunnels?
Morlock Tunnels? Yep. Oh, gosh, yes. Oh, gosh, you're giving me PTSD there, Jason. Stark Tower No, is it Stark Tower, the one with the Iron Man face that had the map bonus?
Yeah, but you can't use the map bonus, but yes.
Yeah, yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. Stark Tower, pretty annoying. There's one of the Justice League Unlimited maps, like Cadmus Labs, or one of those two that has all the rooms on it.
Those had windows on it mostly. I don't see Morlock tunnels on this list, by the way. I don't think it is legal.
Oh, maybe it's not.
I think it was banned at one point. I faintly remember that map going away, but I don't see it on this list.
That was an uncanny X-Men map.
Well, no, it came out again in X of Swords, didn't it?
Yeah, it was in both, was it not? Yeah.
X of Swords would have been a smaller map then.
No, X of Swords was...
Yeah, X of Swords, it's not listed there, so yeah.
X of Swords maps weren't legal because they were BR maps specifically.
Well, no, X of Swords maps are on here. Otherworld Castle, Limbo, Krakoa Garden, Shadow of the Starlight Citadel. Those were the last of the big maps, because Batman Team Up was the first of the big map / 16x16s. So, at any rate, there are plenty of really hard to navigate. Now, the counter argument, you didn't go with the counter argument I was thinking of, Alex. The other counter argument is not everything needs to be a full alpha strike. You can kind of dance around a little bit. Well, so I'll provide the counter argument to my own counter argument there, is that superhero battles, you don't see Superman and Lex Luthor hiding around in, little rooms dancing around each other. The Hulk doesn't shy away from the leader, right? The Hulk smashes through walls and goes and punches the leader as quick as he can, right? So Heroclix is a superhero battle game. Let's get engagement. And the main thing is these 2x3 maps discourage engagement. And Pulp should be about engagement. All of Heroclix should be about engagement. That's why I love the 16x16s.
We stopped producing them for a reason.
That's right.
For what you're talking about. For table space footprint and for engagement. So why go back? Why are we going backwards to that? I'd much rather get into it and fight, like Daniel's saying.
Yeah, I mean, I am not opposed to getting rid of the 2x3s, to be fair. I'm fine if they get rid of all of them. I could see the argument of, well, it would help theme teams, like blah, 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 blah. But ultimately, I'm okay with if they get rid of all of them. I don't think there's really any pieces in Modern that have stats that, like, crush small maps, because we're getting rid of the 2x2s, right? So you don't have to worry about the 14 range colossal figure. Not to say that there aren't pieces that have really long range that could still make use of it. It's just they aren't as bad. To be fair, there's not a lot of alpha capabilities in Pulp anyway. It's like the Falcon and that's it.
It's one of the worst.
Other pieces. Yeah, and Silver Age without Pulp, like normal Silver Age, you had like Super Bear Flash that could just carry everyone over, right? Like you had a lot of opportunities, but in Pulp, you don't have a lot of opportunities to be able to just yeet over on a 2x3. Even on a 2x2, you don't have a ton that could just get over there and drop a team and your whole team's attacking.
Yeah. So some of the stuff we expected to get a hit, like, Falcon and Blue Marvel, like, just didn't get a hit. Just didn't get hit at all. By the way, so the first, I want to talk a little bit about figures. What did Isaac win 2024 Pulp with?
You'll have to look that up. I don't know.
Tried to find it and I couldn't find it. We know that Spider-Wing was part of it, and that thing needs to be addressed, probably.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
looking
think-
here.
I don't think dice manipulation in general should be part of Pulp.
Which
Yeah,
set was
I-
she from?
He was from
The starter.
Spider-Man starter, Beyond Amazing starter,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
So did we not just have which team that he won with? We just don't know,
That was
huh?
before. Was that before units?
Yeah, it
It's
was
not on
before
units anymore. Or if it ever was, and I tried Googling it and couldn't find the team build.
So, if anybody can find out what Isaac played, that's the team to start out with. Because it alpha striked on a full 16 by 16 map and did the crit hit pulse wave knockback. And didn't use Deathstroke. I know he didn't use... I'm fairly certain he didn't use Deathstroke.
No, he probably used Thor.
Thor
Blue
or
Marvel.
Blue Marvel, I would say.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I'm just not feeling it on Blue Marble. So
You think that your pieces are going to live a turn in Pulp still?
I mean, Blue Marvel wasn't killing them just with a 2 damage pulse wave.
It was the fact that it was a 3 damage pulse wave and then the knockback.
Why was it 3 damage with Blue Marvel?
No, it might have been the
Talking about
Thor.
with
Then.
Thor?
It might have been the
Party
Thor
Thor?
then. It might have been Thor too.
I remember a Thor team.
It was Blue
That
Marvel. I'm reading
utilized-
some of the comments now. Wait. How is Blue Marvel dealing 3 damage with Pulse Wave? This Pulse Wave is locked to 1. The crit plus the knockback. So,
Yeah.
so he was doing Blue Marvel Pulse Wave so he was crit hitting with that.
Yeah, but I don't think Blue Marvel's as big of a problem anymore. So
Why?
because we are now a close range, like meta, like because
Don't
of all the
matter if
Smash
you're on.
Bros.
If you go second, he comes with pulse waves before you ever get to do anything. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sure it does. Like yeah, it does. How's he getting over to pulse wave my whole team?
Falcon.
Oh, okay.
Falcon can just take him right over there.
Yeah. I just won't have all my pieces together. If you're not expecting it, it definitely could
I mean,
just
you can
be
run
your team.
barrier and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
It has a capability.
His biggest issue, or the reason I think he was so much stronger before, is because you could never shoot him. You had to punch him. Because if you shot him, he would just keep healing. Because he heals 1 click after every,
That's
and
true.
removes an action token. And we didn't have great close range pieces outside of what's her face?
Oh. Red Widow.
Red Widow. It's like, oh, we're just gonna pulse wave. That's what we're doing now. We're pulse waving.
So
and shooting.
which pieces in Pulp are good punchies? Tell me about the good punchies.
We've got quite a few. Like, remember, Smash and Destroy is pretty decent on punchies. Like, so you could play, I'm even looking at some of the Absorbing Mans. Like, Absorbing Man at 75 points from Smash and Destroy, honestly, isn't really that bad.
Which
Like,
one?
you could get away with playing the 007C, because he has Outwit, and he gets rid of Protected Outwit or Safeguard if they're adjacent. So
Yeah,
he's
he's
got a
not
long,
horrible.
yeah, you got a long dial. I know it's a charge piece, but we could work around charge pieces nowadays, right? But then he could swap to any of these other things if you want to. So I mean, I don't
kinda
hate hit.
I like Common Rogue kind of from '97.
Yeah,
He has charge and a close combat expert, and she can pick up like Flurry from one of her buddies, or an exploit, and then play like charge, Flurry, exploit, close combat expert.
So Absorbing Man, he could potentially be doing his swappy stuff, right?
yeah. If he gets hit with stuff, you could swap him to some of the other ones. And so, pulp-wise, flexibility is king, right? That's why Franklin Richards was so popular. is because it gave you flexibility. For 75 points, he's not bad. Is he amazing? Is he like meta defining for Pulp? No, but like if you want a close range piece, he's not. He's honestly not bad in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because even if you swap to like the F1, charge, make a close attack targeting all opposing within 3 squares in the line of fire, regardless of adjacency. The characters are dealt 2 damage and given an action token. Like, that's pretty great too. Like, pulp wise, these are solid. And we also got, was it Smash and Destroy, or no, it was Lantern Legacy. We got Dog.
Yeah,
we know Dog is good.
Yeah.
Dog's great. We got Space Dolphin to help with Dog. I mean, there's a lot of good pieces and a lot of good close range pieces too.
Okay. And then, so, all right.
Which
so
is what the... Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just going to say, Jason mentioned Rogue from X-Men 97, the 012 one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she gets to use the power until she chooses again, but she's a charge. I'd prefer hyper. It may not be nice if she had hypersonic. I guess she could take it from somebody else.
She could get it. I just said she's got charge, so she can pick up like Flurry and like Exploit, like from Wolverine, who's also X-Men in that same set.
You know what you guys should be excited about? You can use all the free actions you want, guys.
True.
Oh yeah, I am excited about that. For sure.
Like, you can even build a team of some sort that utilizes even the common Magneto. The one that swaps to the 100-point one if someone KOs an X-Men keyword figure. Like, you got to keep in mind, the key thing about Pulp is you could take what you've learned in sealed events and translate that a little bit to Pulp. Like, oh, this figure did really well in my sealed event. Well, you don't have to worry about the crazy super rares, chases, primes in Pulp. Doesn't mean every figure's going to land, but some of these ones that wasn't going to hold much in Modern could hold some weight in Pulp for sure.
Rogue plus Red Widow sounds like a nice combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I'm excited about in Pulp, Alex?
What?
Pogs.
Yeah.
Making Pogs.
Yeah, one of the key like you asked me in our group chat of some Pogs. One that I think it might be pretty decent is, you guys remember Stegron?
Yes.
From Earth X.
I was looking at him yesterday.
Yeah, he's not bad either. I don't know how double power actions work nowadays. I assume it works the same as they were before.
The same as before.
Yeah, it hasn't changed. I looked at him, but my problem was his dinosaurs are very slow.
Well, yes, it's true.
They were very slow.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Now, but they would, if you get them on the right Sinister Syndicate team, all the Pogs would have Sinister Syndicate, but they have to have the TA to get like free charge from Rhino. But Rhino does give +1 if they use charge. I don't know who has charge out of it. Is it like the T-Rex? Yeah, the T-Rex does.
T-Rex does, yeah.
That would boost it to a 4. 4 movement charge.
You're not exciting me a lot there.
Well, but that's the benefit, I think, of like the Silver Age stuff, right? Like, you have the newer Sinister Syndicate, you have the newer GCU, the newer X-Men, Deadpool Corps, whatever you want to say, and they can work with these older pieces that may have been overcosted by today's standards, but they're not bad, right? Like, if I'm building Sinister Syndicate, now it's like, oh, well, I'll look at 40-point Norman Osborn or something, because I know he's got a secret identity I can turn him into from Carnage set.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, Carnage
so
set, who else is great? Mary Jane Watson.
Yep.
And the paparazzi.
Yeah, so I've been working on a list of some pieces to remember from Silver. She's definitely on it. Franklin Richards is on it. Marvella, obviously, who...
Yeah.
Yeah, but Valeria
Richards
the uncommon from Fantastic Four is a pick a power or pick an attack power piece for 40 points. Even Peter Parker, like this, any of the Secret Identity ones aren't bad because they all have autonomous.
Yes, all those are good. Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson is on the list too. One combo that you're probably going to see is the Overdrive combo.
Yep.
Don't forget, Overdrive is legal. He is like the only vehicle I think that's legal. And so you'll see him being played with any of the Danger Room figures. Because Danger Room figures, if you remember those, they were from what? Was it the Phoenix set? Dark Phoenix?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They had good stats. Like Magneto from that set was like, what, a 12 for 4 damage?
Yes.
But he's limited because of the Danger Room mechanic to where he can only deal 1 damage, or you only take 1 damage, I believe is how it's worded. If he has 2 or less error tokens, characters take a maximum of 1 damage from Magneto's attacks. And Magneto takes a maximum of 1 damage from opponent's attacks. However, if you put that bad boy in the charged up vehicle, which Overdrive creates, vehicle rules still exist that you would just copy his attack and damage.
Yeah, they can copy it, right? Yeah. They can't, because he can't be a pilot of it.
Why couldn't he?
Because the charged up bystander says this vehicle can only be piloted by a character named Overdrive.
Oh, then never mind. I forgot that was what it was. Well, if there's any other pilots.
But Overdrive is very great for packing your team across the map because it's 11 speed sidestep. Carries 4 characters.
Yep, another Sinister Syndicate. That's probably why I was thinking about it. I thought there was another vehicle, but maybe I'm wrong. I think because they were all 2x2s.
Yeah.
Yes. So scratch that. But even if you don't have the vehicle thing, Magneto and Sabretooth are both still really good for their points. Because they still do a lot of damage. So they'll help you get through things. Even if they're only taking 1, you'll get through that eventually. And they only take 1. So that's another... Those are good pieces. Don't forget Moloid. You can only have 1 of them because they're all unique. Moloid is good. I even put some Joker's Wild pieces on here to keep in mind. Funny enough.
Really?
Like that. Yeah. Like Technocrat isn't terrible in this format.
Technocrat.
Yeah, he was.
Gosh, hold on. Wait a minute. I have to look that up. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's an outsider's character. Okay.
Yep.
He's a ring attack target and a single character increases damage value by 1 for every 2 squares away the target is. Oh, I remember this guy.
Yeah, so if you've got his max range of 6, he's dealing 6 damage.
Well, you can get even like 9 range on him, right?
Well, it still increases damage value, so you'd still be the rules of 3. So you'd still be tied to 6 damage. Now, he's only got a 10 attack, but okay, you can mitigate that a little bit, especially if you have outsiders. So, like, it's pieces like this in Silver that I'm like, okay, no one's really expecting a piece to run up and do 6 damage to you from range. Like, those are the little pieces that make, I think, Silver Age Pulp interesting. But still, a modern age team could still carry the same weight. It's just knowing these little pieces that I think make Silver Age interesting. If you are worried about Protected Outwit, don't forget that Foggy Nelson exists. For not every figure, but Foggy Nelson from ADW, 15 points at the beginning of your turn. Choose a friendly character of 150 points or less till your next turn. As long as the chosen character is adjacent to Foggy Nelson, they have Protected Outwit, and opposing characters can't negatively modify their combat values. It's little pieces like that that you're like, okay, like maybe this buffs up my modern piece.
Mm-hmm.
Are they super sexy? No. But I've only gotten through at this point. I've gotten all the way up to Carnage set. Like going through all these different pieces.
Yeah, I want to play Pogs. I'm excited about playing Strife and like Mary Jane. So I have like 11 attacking, capping paparazzi with plasticity. That just sounds hilarious.
That should be pretty
That does
decent.
sound
That should be a
solid.
decent team too. I mean, just overwhelming amount of attacks, right? If you're making 4 attacks a turn, and you can keep your Pog generator alive, I mean, that should be in general just good.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just keep people locked down with those paparazzi Pogs. But like Moreland just gives +1 attack and plasticity to all friendly bystanders. Map wide. Just a map wide effect. And also any friendly characters that don't have action tokens have safeguard opposing prob. So they can't even prob them if they don't have an action token on them. Pretty damn solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like, there's Moreland. I like Moreland a lot with his Pogs. Bloodstorm with his Pogs. Sounds like a good time.
I agree. It's a shame that the Falcon, that cool Falcon is a super rare, but
Yes, yeah, that would be nice.
oh well, we can't have everything.
Unfortunately.
But another thing to keep in mind is don't forget about the recently rotated sets as well. They are not bad. But we talk about power creep a lot, right? Power creep isn't like it's a slow, steady rise at times. So that doesn't mean just as soon as something rotates, that set is garbage compared to any set that came after it. So the ones that we just rotated, like Next Phase, Wheels of Vengeance, Notorious, like if you're worried about Silver Age, you're like, I don't have a lot of these old pieces you're talking about. Well, if you were here 5 months ago, or more than that, you probably have some Next Phase. Shoot, your store might still have like Notorious and Next Phase boosters.
We get Time Breakers back.
Yeah, you do.
Back.
Can't generate themselves?
Yeah, they can
You
generate.
can, but you can only play one.
I know, but you can generate more. Yeah.
But yeah, what I was meaning is look at Avengers 60th, look at Notorious for some GCU teams, right? Like there's still some good pieces out of those sets that like even X of Swords is still got some decent pieces out of it.
Sheriff Deadpool was in Open X. He was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Beyonder in Avengers 60th. I think that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was rare.
Yep.
Yep. And we mentioned before, Party Thor.
Party Thor.
Legal.
Yep.
Still legal. He's from Disney Plus. The first one, not Next Phase.
Yeah, Red Widow from what was that? Empire? Is that what that the set they were from? Blue Marble.
No, Forever. Avengers Forever.
Avengers Forever. Okay, there we go. That's what it was.
And that gives you Kazar too, if you wanted another
Kazar.
bystander.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if any of your, which is interesting, move another friendly character with a shared keyword, so he can move some of your Pogs too, if you really wanted to.
You should check out my team that I made. You didn't look. Yeah.
I haven't looked at
What's
it.
on your team? What's on your team? You're talking on the podcast. Tell us what your team is. Share it with the folks. So are you worried about somebody pulping you up and beating you down to a pulp because you shared it? Let's hear it.
No, this is my first draft. So I've got Moreland and Bloodstorm, Kazar, Strife, Ramonda, Fury, Teen Lantern, Aaliyah Gregor, Madison, Marvella, and Mary Jane Watson.
That's
go ahead.
Pretty solid.
Aaliyah Gregor, if you remember, gives all bystanders within 5 squares +1 combat values.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kazar can move mystical characters, so Moreland and all of Moreland's Pogs can be moved by that. Of course, you get Zabu along with that. He benefits from all that stuff. Teen Lantern can carry a whole big group of characters with her Green Lantern TA. Ramonda gets to free heal and support and free support to pop those Moreland Pogs out. Shuri can equip people with vibranium armor or weapons. Yeah. Got some barrier in there. Perplexed. Yeah, sounds like a fun time.
It does sound like a fun time, and that's only the first draft.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun thing. Maybe it's too many support pieces. I don't know, but it seems fun. 400 points lets you do some wacky shit.
Yeah, I was actually about to mention that. Like, don't forget with 400 points, like some of these 150 point figures that you probably weren't considering before because you're like, that's half my build in one figure. Why would I do that? Are now back on the table. Like, you even have figures like Amazo from JLU, where if you played him at 100 or 125 points, he just gets to choose 3 standard powers from a character within 4 squares in line of fire, and then he just gets it, and their printed value for until he chooses again. And he's got really good stats, and he has that whole take a maximum of 1 damage if they share a power or something like that. It's those type of figures where you may not have been considering them before, but now that you know it's 400 points, okay, like, it's not a tent pole, it's tent pole adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fence pole.
A what?
Can't hold up a tent. A fence pole doesn't hold up a tent, but it can hold up a fence.
That's a post, not a pole.
Hold up your tent.
It's a fence post, not a pole. You don't use a pole.
I know, but we call it a tent pole because it holds up your whole tent. So if it's pretty strong like a tent pole, but it needs the rest of the team, then it's just a fence pole. I don't know.
It's a fence post. That's what it is. A fence post.
Well, I know it's a fence post. I was trying to keep the pole.
Alex over here inventing new art. Alex is breaking new ground.
I'm trying to do something, I guess.
Yeah, new archetype here. You heard it first from the mail. Well, you shouldn't. You missed the opportunity to like name it after yourself, like the. It's a Coos pole.
No, let's not go down that road. I'm content with being fence pole.
A Tenalix.
Already ridiculed.
It's a Tenalix.
Already ridiculed. Like, even like
Alex's
to be honest,
pole.
even, like,
get on it and ride Alex's pole to 125 points.
Like, let's not even forget like 200 point Black Adam from Notorious. Like,
yeah, or 200 point Moon Knight and like getting another 200 points of support to go with him.
Yeah, like, these pieces aren't bad.
To be fair, they got
so
like
they're
they got like in the top 5 when Isaac won last. I mean, Moon Knight with 100 points of support. So I mean, Moon Knight with 200 points of support should be fine.
Yeah, Moon Knight's good. I mean, he's getting 200 points of stuff to go with him. He's so much better.
Hey, well, actually, you know what? There's our solution, boys. When we were trying to figure out this floor issue, if you're trying to figure out floor, don't worry about it. Either pick up 1 Moon Knight or 1 Black Adam, and then the rest of your team could just be modern. Because both of those are silver.
Done.
That's true.
So
done.
easy.
Don't worry about buying all these extra figures. Just buy 1 Black Adam or 1 Moon Knight. They're probably dirt cheap right now. And then there you go. Just find
you
the rest
say
of
that,
the
I'm getting ready to list my Moon Knight on eBay for $50 now.
You're gonna buy out every Moon Knight and Black Adam.
Moon Knight or Black Adam was only uncommon, so.
No, he was a rare and Notorious.
Was he?
Yep. 046.
Okay. The Moon Knight Rare is $11 right now, $10.79. So
Stock's going up.
Careful. Careful.
I guess that's another point I didn't think about is, in Modern, all these sets are smaller. So that means Pulp is inherently smaller. Because we have way less commons, uncommons, and rares. Starting in Collector's Trove. So, I'm excited about it.
It was fun going back through and remembering some of these CUR figures that I haven't looked at. It's not as wild as regular Silver Age.
I will say I am looking forward to the regionals rounding out and completing, because I am trying to make my way to Florida, and so I look just to see what wins at a vast majority, like at a high percentage, and just playing that. Or whatever Alex tells me to play. So that'll end up being.
One thing I'll mention for anybody that's out there like looking at teams or looking at some of these older figures, don't forget that a lot of these were written with different rules, and you could take advantage of that. So there are some figures that might have RCE or CCE that were built because that was an action that you had to take, right? Wasn't it is it a power action or something? To do RCE or CCE?
No, not anything in. Well, yeah, in Silver, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, in Silver, because I've seen some figures that are like CCE as free, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, or not as free, as part of an action or something, right? Like it was costed, I think, before. Take a look at some of those figures, because with newer rules and things being passive abilities now, some of these figures are inherently better because their price value or their point value may have been lower because it cost an action to do some of these things, right? Like, I guess CCE or whatever. So don't be afraid to go out and look at something like, I don't know. I'm trying to find an example piece. Let me look real quick.
Is the extra sword beast stuff legal?
It was a booster set.
Say, what was it, Jason?
Extra Swords OP, is that legal?
It should be.
Yeah, it's a booster thing, so.
Yeah, it's just whether it was considered a booster set.
Well, I think they had the same set symbol too. Right?
It was a booster set, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be legal.
Yeah, they gave you the boosters. Okay.
I don't know, because of their arbitrary writing of what pulp is. I'm
wondering. There's a cool Wolverine that was like 145 points in it that heals off all those D6 rolls, stuff like that.
So, how many events do you think it'll take on the regional level for the new pulp to be solved?
You think it'll actually be solved after all these? I don't think it will be.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it will either.
There's too many. There's a lot of figures now. I mean, I don't think after one round it's not enough. Maybe after it's like 2 or 3 different rounds of it, maybe. There's so many figures now. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? You think it's going to be solved after that one round?
I think it might be solved for me. I think for me personally, I'll see something that is wins, and I'll be like, "Yep, that's probably the best in format." I don't know what that is yet. I'm enjoying seeing what you all are putting forth, and especially in our team chat and such. But I don't know that I have necessarily seen in our team chat yet something that I think is best of format, leading in format.
Well, we only got the rules like 2 days ago, right? Or yesterday.
I know, but that's fine.
And everyone that's listening, real quick, while everyone that is probably screaming listening to the podcast, after I talked about Close Combat Expert. RCE and CCE used to be power actions. You chose one, modify attack +2, damage +2, or both +1, and then make a close attack. So it never worked with a move and attack, like charge, because it was a power action. So you either had to like sidestep up, Close Combat Expert, or Range Combat Expert. So you might have pieces that have both of those and like charge or something, and they work now together, but they didn't used to work then. So the piece was bad then, but maybe good now. That's what I'm saying. Keep an eye out for some of those rules changes. Super Strength is another one, for example, right? Super Strength is better now than it was before. Even things with Energy Explosion or Blades or any of these that are now passive powers.
The hypersonic figures are just better because all that stuff's passive and works with it. Didn't used to.
Yeah, and so they keep. The reason I mention that is they were built cost-wise, knowing they had those negatives in there. So maybe now they're worth a little bit more because the passives, kind of take away from it or help it a bit. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope to see a lot of variety. I think we will. I think there's still like Spiderling's probably a problem figure that they just didn't think about.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. All right. Well, so we didn't have any listener questions. This was kind of an off-the-cuff thing that we pulled together and didn't quite know if we were going to get to record today, so no listener questions today. So, Alex, final thoughts?
I hope they adjust the pulp rules. I know they probably aren't going to change the floor or the point total, but they really need to just go back and fix the whole, like, give us turtles, give us Trek. Like, that's just negligence that it's not in there. Like, they just didn't update the first paragraph of a post that went back in 2023. That's the reason why it's not in there. I don't think their intent was, let's leave Star Trek and Turtles out of it, or any of the movie sets. But I hope they just go back and be like, whoopsie, we'll just update the site real quick.
All right, Jason?
That's my final thought.
Yeah, I mean, I know none of this stuff's going to happen before we have these regionals, but I hope they take all these things into account afterwards, and maybe they'll change some of that. I don't expect it to, but I hope they at least consider it. But I'm excited to see how people play. There's a lot of things to choose from, so.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to see a little bit different format. I'm a really big proponent of pulp. I'm a really big proponent of growing Heroclix and inviting new people to play competitively and growing these tournaments, with a measurable, continual growth path of, each event needs to grow 10, 20, 30%. And you can measure that and present it. By the way, I also got some great feedback of Corporate Daniel Powell from the last episode. That was my CDP plug for the show. But, yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing what the regional is. We got probably a states wrap-up episode to happen here in the first part of February. Reflecting on that and looking forward to some more of these regionals that are starting up pretty quickly. So, thanks everybody for listening to Clixed Off today, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Later.
See you.